No claws. No fangs. No fur thick enough to survive a cold night. No real speed to outrun a predator, and no real strength to fight one off. By almost every physical measure, early humans should not have made it. And yet, here we are. So the real question isn't how humans survived. It's this: why didn't we go extinct like almost everything else around us did? Here's something most people don't realize: humans weren't the only human-like species around. Multiple related species existed alongside our ancestors at different points in history. Every single one of them eventually went extinct. Add in ice ages, massive climate shifts, food scarcity, disease, and predators far stronger than us. And the odds of any one lineage surviving all of it, for hundreds of thousands of years, should have been incredibly low. So what did our specific ancestors do differently? Let's break down exactly what kept the line going. The single biggest advantage early humans had wasn't physical at all. It was cognitive. Compared to most other animals, human brains, relative to body size, are unusually large and wired for something specific: problem-solving in groups. This meant early humans could plan ahead, remember complex information, and pass knowledge on to others instead of relying purely on instinct. A predator attack that would end most animals' lineage could instead become a lesson, one that got shared, remembered, and used to avoid the same danger next time. Intelligence didn't make humans stronger. It made humans adaptable, and adaptability turned out to matter far more than raw strength ever could. Here's something almost unique about early humans compared to most other animals: the sheer scale of cooperation. Groups didn't just tolerate each other. They divided labor, shared food even with non-relatives, cared for the sick and injured instead of abandoning them, and coordinated to defend against threats that would kill any one individual alone. This mattered enormously. A single injured human, alone, likely dies. A single injured human, in a group that shares food and protection, can recover and go on to have children, pass on genes, and contribute to the group for years afterward. Multiply that advantage across generations, and cooperation alone may have been one of the single biggest reasons the species didn't quietly disappear the way so many others did. Many species that went extinct were specialists, built for one specific environment, one specific diet, one specific way of life. When that environment changed, they simply couldn't adapt fast enough. Early humans went the opposite direction. They were generalists. Plants, fish, insects, small animals, large game. Early humans could shift their diet dramatically depending on what was actually available in a given place and season. That flexibility meant that when one food source disappeared due to climate shifts, migration patterns, or environmental change, humans weren't doomed. They simply adapted to whatever remained. Being able to eat almost anything sounds like a small advantage. Over hundreds of thousands of years, it may have been one of the most important ones of all. Tools and fire didn't just make life easier. They fundamentally changed what was possible for human survival. Stone tools meant early humans could process food that would otherwise be difficult or impossible to eat, defend themselves at a distance, and build the equipment needed to hunt animals many times their size. Fire meant safety from predators at night, protection from freezing temperatures that would otherwise make entire regions unlivable, and food that was easier to digest and absorb more energy from. Put together, tools and fire effectively let humans live in places and survive threats that their bodies alone never could have handled. Here's the detail that should genuinely stop you. Genetic research studying human DNA has found evidence of a period, roughly 900,000 years ago, where the entire ancestral human population may have dropped to somewhere around just 1,280 breeding individuals for well over 100,000 years. For context, that's smaller than the population of many small towns today. And this wasn't a brief dip. Some researchers believe this dangerously small population may have persisted for over 100,000 years before numbers began to recover. A disaster, a disease outbreak, or even a run of unusually harsh seasons during that stretch could have ended the entire lineage completely. There would be no humans of any kind alive today to even ask this question. We're not just descendants of survivors. In a very real, genetic sense, We may be descendants of one of the closest calls with total extinction that a species can have and still make it through. So the next time you're walking through a crowded city, remember every single person around you exists because a small, fragile population of early humans, thousands of generations ago, somehow found a way through conditions that ended nearly every other species like them. Not through claws, not through strength, but through brains, cooperation, adaptability, and an almost unbelievable amount of luck. If you want to know how those same humans eventually turned the tables completely and started hunting animals many times their size, that video's coming next. Subscribe so you don't miss it.